Tonight, safety concerns over concerts at Wembley. After a man fell to his death watching Oasis, fans tell us of their fears it could happen again.
As we were walking along the concourse, just talking, the next thing I know, I'm on my back and I look down and my kneecap is not where it's supposed to be. It's basically on the side of my knee.
Also ahead, the worrying number of children going to hospital due to London's dirty air. Calls for a homelessness minister who understands after Rushanara Ali resigns from the government. And the cats like Grubbin and Lady Van Gogh waiting for a perfect London home. Good evening. Oasis have moved on from Wembley after a week of gigs on their reunion tour, but some fans are finding it harder to move on from their concerns about stadium safety. Last weekend, a fan died after falling from an upper tier. ITV News London has spoken to two fans who witnessed people getting injured. One recalls a man being unconscious and covered in blood. As Cafe Pata reports, there are some who fear it could happen again.
Welcome to Wembley Stadium, one of London's most popular entertainment venues. But now, the fun comes with fear. The death of Lee Claydon, who slipped and fell at an Oasis gig, has raised serious health and safety concerns. And now ITV News has learned that the day after his death, at the same concert, others have also experienced falls.
Sunday the 1st of August, I was at night 5 of Oasis Wembley shows, seated in block 106. I witnessed numerous people slip and fall as they were walking from the tunnel down the steps to the floor. People were spilling drinks as they were heading down the stairs, and the stewards were using a wet mop to clean up any spillage. The worst fall was a guy in his early 60s. He had blood pouring from his elbow with a nasty gash. He looked concussed and was holding his shoulder.
While there's currently no evidence to suggest this is an ongoing issue, the slips and falls at Wembley are one of the reasons people are calling for change. There's a lot of talk about Wembley Stadium banning alcohol. That hasn't yet been confirmed, but the stadium have told us that they operate to the highest legal and professional standards, that they're inspected regularly. However, people we've been speaking to feel that isn't enough, that a ban on alcohol wouldn't solve anything. And that's because of how that place is set up. Right now, what we've been hearing from those who we've been speaking to is that it simply isn't safe. Laura is one of those critics, a lifelong Oasis fan who left Wembley with more than just happy memories.
As we were walking along the concourse, just talking, the next thing I know, I'm on my back, flat on my back, with a bit of people around me, and I look down, I'm getting a lot of pain from my leg, and I look down and my kneecap is not where it's supposed to be. It's basically on the side of my knee.
I mean, hearing, knowing what happened to you, what happened to other people, and what happened to Lee at the same gig that you were at the same stadium, how does that make you feel about Wembley Stadium?
I mean, I wouldn't be in a rush to go back there again, to be honest.
Oasis are due to return to Wembley this September. We've asked the stadium if they plan to make any changes, any improvements. So far, no answer. Cafe Pata, ITV News.
Next tonight, what experts are calling a preventable crisis. New figures reveal the large number of children with respiratory conditions resulting from the capital's poor air quality. Research carried out by campaign group Mums for Lungs found last year there were just under 114,000 paediatric respiratory hospital admissions across London. Broken down, this was almost 88,000 A&E admissions, with 26,000 ending up on hospital wards. North Middlesex University Hospital in Edmonton was worst hit, with just under 15,000 admissions alone. Well, Rosamond Adu-Kissy-Deborah founded the charity Clean Air for All after the death of her 9-year-old daughter, Ella Roberta, in 2009. Rosamond, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We've got you, Les, and the Mayor's office point that has cut pollution by a fifth in the outer boroughs. What else do we need to get these huge numbers down?
What we need is a public health campaign, and this needs to be run by the Health Secretary, whom I have met. People do not understand the dangers of air pollution or the impact it has on them, especially children. And that's because, Duncan, they are small and a lot of them are in buggies, which are at the level of the exhaust pipe. The also reason why so many children, their lungs are not fully developed yet, and they breathe also a lot faster than we do. It is incredibly concerning. This is a public health crisis, and I've had meetings with Sir Chris Whitty and West Streeting, and I was told things are going to be in the 10-year plan. I see huge holes. Currently, what's more worrying is a child a month still dies from asthma in 2025. A quarter of a million of children, 250,000 children in London currently have asthma. So I am not shocked at the figures, but it is very concerning and very worrying indeed.
Do you think an awareness campaign will cut it with drivers, though?
Absolutely, because drivers feel as if things are being done to them. And I think we need to explain it. Air pollution impacts every organ in the body, and the elderly and the young are more vulnerable. So something has to be done, and we have to educate people about it. We can't expect people to just know automatically. So that's where we need to be going. And I am meeting with the government, the Royal Colleges, and Sir Stephen Holgate, who was the expert witness in my daughter's case, and hopefully we can put some things on the table. We can't live in a country where every month a child dies from asthma. It is unacceptable.
Some drivers, particularly in the outer boroughs where connections aren't so good, feel dependent on their cars. We also know that people are feeling financial pressures. What would you say to them if they, if we have rules around diesel cars or more tighter rules?
We are in a cost of living crisis. The government needs to help them out. Look, this is about health, and people are actually dying. Look, there was a report by the Royal College of Physicians on Clean Air Day, June 19. 500 people are dying every week prematurely due to air pollution. And it's going to require investment from the government, the councils, the Mayor of London. We all need to work together. The burden of ill health on the National Health Service is about 20 billion. So I think we're going to have to do something about it. And children shouldn't have to suffer.
Rosamond, we always appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Police are appealing for information to help track down thieves who stole gold jewellery worth £500,000 during a burglary in Bromley. Detectives have released these images as they try to identify the suspects behind the break-in, which happened while the homeowners were inside the property. Children from Southwark, Lambeth and Enfield have been learning how to use bleed kits in case they come across stabbing victims. Around 300 spent the day in Croydon at an event to teach them about the dangers of knife crime. It was organised by the JFJ Foundation, a charity set up in memory of 15-year-old Jermaine Gupal, who died 8 years ago today.
Today just marks a day where we're bringing the community together to showcase what our organisation's been doing. So the JFJ Foundation, under my brother, we've been going out and putting public access boxes out with bleed control kits inside, and also distributing it out to the community spaces as well, because in the serious event of there's a stabbing or serious injury, at least then you've got something to potentially save someone's life. My brother never had the opportunity to have one of those, and if he did, he may be still here today.
Next tonight, a London charity has called on the government to appoint a new homelessness minister with compassion for those struggling to afford a roof over their heads. Shelter's call comes after Rushanara Ali, the MP for Bethnal Green and Stepney, resigned over accusations she gave her tenants notice and then raised the rent at her East London townhouse by £700 a month. Will Tullis is in Westminster for us tonight. Will, fair to say it's been a tricky 24 hours for the government?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was around this time last year that Rushanara Ali told Parliament she would be working with government to empower private renters to challenge rent prices that discriminated against them and to challenge what she called unreasonable rent increases. But as you say, yesterday, Rushanara Ali resigned after it transpired that she had evicted 4 tenants from a property she owns before reletting it just weeks later for £700 a month more. Well, the government is yet to appoint someone to succeed Rushanara Ali as housing minister, but one charity we've spoken to today said that whoever replaces her must have compassion and empathy.
We want to see objectivity, we want to see sustainability, and we want to see them remain in post. I think it's really important to remember that between housing and homelessness, we've seen a revolving door of ministers since 2010. We need to see someone who comes into this post, understands the brief, gets on top of it, listens to people's lived experiences, and changes things for good.
Yeah, so in her resignation letter last night, Rushanara Ali said she had followed all legal requirements at all times and had taken her responsibilities seriously. And the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, thanked her for what he called her diligent work that he said would have a lasting impact. But as you've heard tonight, that's clearly a view that some in the housing sector disagree with.
Will in Westminster, thank you. Still to come on the programme. We're live at Flaxstock as the Mental Health Music Festival gets underway with a star guest.
I know the festival like it, obviously, because it's all for our Casa, Caroline. And the vibes are so feel good. Everyone's out there having the best time.
And feeling good this Friday as we join the Battersea Cats Home looking for new homes. Or something like that, sorry. But before that, a £1 billion regeneration scheme in Stevenage has been causing a bit of a ruckus among market traders. As part of the Borough Council's plan, the indoor market, which has been running for more than 50 years, is to be relocated. And as Rebecca Hayworth reports, it's not an altogether popular decision.
Kombu has been serving up delicious dishes in Stevenage's indoor market for 2 years now. They're hoping their loyal customers will follow them when the market moves later this year.
It's kind of like a bit exciting, moving to a new place where we will get a brand new shop and a new atmosphere. But then on the other hand, we don't know what are the challenges that we're going to face.
The new unit for market traders at Park Place isn't far from its current location.
The market where it is not working effectively for most of the traders. And for years, most of the traders have been saying, can we move somewhere else? So we have to take the majority. But in terms of the greater benefit for the whole of Stevenage, this is what we think is the right thing.
One trader who has found sweet success outside of the indoor market is Demi. She now has a cake shop in the town centre after running a market stall for 10 years.
Every day we're getting new people, like discovering where we are. And my diary is really booked up, a lot more than I was in the market. So the market has really helped me kind of establish myself.
But while it once led the way, it's now showing its age. That's where Stevenage Borough Council's £1 billion regeneration scheme comes in. Over the next 20 years, various areas are being upgraded, like the bus station, where Jayesh runs one of his City Tree stores.
One of our factors of actually coming into Stevenage was the amount of investment that the local council and government are doing. So I feel like a lot of perhaps the London overspill could eventually move up to kind of Hertfordshire and Stevenage.
Shoppers believe the town centre does need some modernising.
Wear and tear is everywhere, and it's not particularly aesthetically nice to look at buildings that are just falling apart.
Yeah, they need to do something, definitely. Because it's not the first place you think to come, really.
It's hoped this big investment will be worth the money and attract people back to the high street. Rebecca Howarth, ITV News.
Now, it's billed as the UK's biggest music event promoting mental health awareness. Flaxstock, a day-long festival celebrating the life of TV presenter Caroline Flack, is now in its 4th year and is taking place right now in Crystal Palace. Daisy Purcell is there for us. Daisy, what's in store for music fans this evening then?
Yes, it is a glorious sunny evening here at Crystal Palace Bowl, and the 4th edition of Flaxstock is well and truly underway. It's very loud. It is, of course, all in memory of the presenter Caroline Flack, who took her own life back in 2020. But in the last few years, this festival has raised more than £750,000 for mental health charities. And earlier, I spoke with one of Caroline's good friends, Dawn O'Porter, who helped organise today, and she told me just how special it is.
It's an emotional day, but I always find it when I say to people, come to our festival, is to celebrate someone's life who died tragically, and they're like, what do you mean? How does that work? And I would say, just come, because you'll understand when you get here that we're celebrating the brightest soul and the life that she lived.
Well, as Dawn said there, this event is very much about celebrating Caroline's life. So there's a whole load of comedy, music and entertainment. And kicking things off this afternoon was Bromley's own singer-songwriter Pixie Lott. And I managed to catch her just as she came off stage.
Pixie, you've just come off stage here at Flatsock. Not your first time here.
No.
Why is it so special?
It is such a special festival. There's no other festival like it, obviously, because it's all for our casa, Caroline. And the vibes are so feel good. Everyone's out there having the best time. The sun is shining so bright. Yeah, it's a very special, unlike any other festival. It meant a lot for me to perform, to open the show.
And you've been doing a lot of festival season this year. You're off actually tonight, aren't you, to another one?
Yes, yeah, it's very busy with festivals the whole summer, which is my favourite thing to do. So I'm having a great time. It's a juggling everything, but I absolutely love it. And yeah, straight from here, we've got to drive 4 hours. And then I'm on stage at 8 o'clock tonight. With the family in tow.
Exactly. Well, eagle-eyed viewers will know that there's a congratulations in order because you are expecting number 2.
Yes, thank you.
Throughout pregnancy, how has that been?
I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. I think it's made it go really quick. It's made it go really quick, but also slow in the sense that we've been all over the shop, like in the UK, just scooting about. But I've loved it.
And you have, as you say, family in tow, tour baby.
Yes.
I've seen on your Instagram.
Yeah, I've got my little tour baby with his dad here. I'm not exactly sure where they are. My mum and dad are here today. We just try and bring along everyone as much as we can.
Does he love it? It's got a bit of a musical feel.
He loves the music, yeah. He loves Moana and he loves Toy Story and he loves all the kind of Disney classics.
Great. And probably the same for the next one. He's been on stage already.
Yeah, exactly. Very used to the stage.
Brilliant. And a bit of new album and old hits today and this summer season.
Yeah, I actually sang a brand new song that is available to pre-save today. Hey! It's coming out in a couple of weeks. And it's actually all about the stage of life I'm in now, just being a mum, expecting another one, and just moving on and growing up, but embracing the change.
Well, Pixie was one of many acts, pop acts in the lineup tonight. Wes Nelson's on behind me. There was John and Joe from S Club, my personal favourites earlier, and later Spice Girl and Mel C will be closing the show. So today it's a real coming together of family, friends and festival lovers, all to remember and celebrate one of their very own, Caroline Flack.
Yeah, a good cause. Enjoy, Daisy. Thank you. My guest tonight is a one-woman showbiz whirlwind. Celebrating 50 years in the business, Sue Pollard is back, bringing her new show called Still Fully Charged to 3 London venues next month. Before we speak to her, a quick reminder, like we need it, of Sue at her best.
Here is the news, and this is Peggy Olrenshaw reading it. The Prime Minister announced today from number 10 Downing Street that President Khrushchev is a fat old nerk. Good morning, we've danced the whole night through, good morning. Get out. All right, but I won't give up.
Bestest.
Hello, Sue Pollard.
Oh.
I love that you're still laughing at your clips all these years on.
I do, because you know what? They were so joyful. And because we were lucky enough to do 60 episodes over about 9 years, you sometimes lose track of, the episodes that you've done. And it's amazing how when you see them again, you go, I know that next line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You still got it up there?
Oh, no. We had the greatest fun. And you know what, Duncan? What was so good about it? We projected that fun onto the people at home. They were settled there in their armchair.
It was Sunday nights, wasn't it?
It started Sunday nights, and then it was Fridays, and then it was Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it's all around the world. Funny enough, I went to, where was it, India? I wasn't supposed to be in India. It was on the way from Australia and the plane caught fire, sadly. But it was OK. It was fine. But anyway, we had to stop off in India. And I thought, do you know, I think I might go around the high street. So I walked along this thing and there was an electrical shop. And inside the shop, Heidi High was on.
No.
Honest to God, and it was hilarious because it was wonderful to hear it dubbed. Gladys, oh, hello. You couldn't tell the difference, the sing-songy accent, you know. Oh, it was fantastic.
Do you know what I liked about Heidi High? And I might be overthinking it. I thought it was so good on class because it was everyone, all the layers and people sort of knowing their stations, and you weren't quite able to move up. Peggy couldn't become a yellow coat because she worked in the chalets.
No, that was a really good observation because David Croft and Jimmy Perry that wrote it, and Jimmy conceived it, they have always done that. Well, you know, with Dad's Army for a start.
Yeah.
Captain Mannering and all the others, you know, Captain so-and-so, you know, what's his name, Clive Dunn. They recognised the real humour. And it was always the so-called posh ones, if I may say this, which I think is mostly correct, that didn't have any kind of common sense, but the working man did. And so the humour out of that, you know, we laughed every day, Duncan. Oh, it was blooming fabulous, it was.
All right, look, we've got to keep your PR happy.
Oh, yes.
You're on tour in London.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I am actually talking about what it's been like 50 years in showbiz. And I got the title, Fully Charged, because it was on my phone. You know, I do, oh, it's Fully Charged, that's a good title. I didn't want an evening with. I mean, yeah, I don't mind anybody else using that, great, but not for me. It didn't say enough about what the show's about.
Yeah.
Basically, there are some fabulous clips of work that I've done that you might not have seen. Lots of different adverts, lots of sketches. Peggy makes an appearance. And, you know, You Rang Me Lord and stuff, and musicals that I've been in. I'm just wanting it to be, Duncan, a potpourri of fun and just people pay the money, they come and have a fabulous time, well, and then they go home.
I'm not going to lie to you, Sue. It seems like your battery's at 100%.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping it's 110% till it's time for me to wind down.
I mean, I was looking at your website as well as London. You're going all around the UK.
Yes.
It's a big old tour. What's your rider for your dressing rooms?
Well, when we do the preview at the Beck Theatre in Hayes on the 20th of September, I decided I was going to put, you know, a comfort pony in there and, you know, landing on the roof by helicopter. But they couldn't really run to that. So you know what it is?
Go on.
Please take note. Yorkshire tea.
Nice.
Right, and some milk.
Yep.
And then a glass of nice rosé wine that we like afterwards.
Yeah.
And then we open, right, at the Duchess on the 22nd of September, which is in the West End, a fabulous, fabulous theatre in London. I love London. I've got to put that in because, you know, I come from Nottingham. And then on the 22nd, we go to Hornchurch.
Yeah.
Right, which is fabulous. But after that, we're going all over. We're going to Bedford, we're going to Hertford, we go to Scotland, we go to Jersey.
They can't see us up there. But
No.
I thought your ride was just going to be champagne and Skittles.
Oh, no. What, do you mean playing or eating?
Eating.
I was going to say, but you know what I mean? Some people say, don't they? They play
I've got to go to the weather. We've got to go to the weather.
Oh, never mind. It's been fabulous. I like you because you're not ugly. Goodbye.
Oh, thanks, Sue. Well, with that, I mean, let's go to the weather. Who is it? Is it James? I can't remember.
Outbreaks of ancient sites will gradually settle into an evening of pizza plates al fresco. TUI sponsors ITV London weekend weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. Well, the story across the capital today has been fairly fine with some welcome spells of sunshine. It's felt rather warm in that sunshine too. Well, for the weekend, there's more dry, fine and sunny weather to come, and it will gradually warm up, in fact, hotting up further as we work into next week. That's all thanks to this ridge of high pressure, which is building in across much of the southern half of the British Isles as we go through the weekend. Wide spacing on the isobars suggests we'll see some very light winds through the weekend and, in fact, increasing amounts of sunshine for all of us as we work towards Sunday. For this evening and overnight, though, we hold on to the clearing skies. You'll notice those winds stay fairly light as well. Temperatures likely to hold up in the capital to around 16, maybe 17 degrees, so a little uncomfortable for one or two of us. But in the home counties, dipping to around 14, maybe 15 Celsius. We start Saturday, then the first day of the weekend, with some sunshine. There will be a little bit of cloud just building up as we work through the afternoon, with those winds staying fairly light from the west, and actually temperatures similar to this afternoon, 26, maybe even squeezing 27 degrees. Sunday sees much of the same, possibly a little bit warmer, but it's this ridge of high pressure which continues to build in, and we've got an ex-tropical storm in the Atlantic which will nudge very warm air actually from the near continent. As you can see here, the reds and oranges wafting their way northwards as you walk into next week, and that means that although it will stay fine and settled with plenty of sunshine, a touch more cloud through Tuesday and Wednesday, look at those temperatures creeping up fairly rapidly from Monday as we gradually reach into heatwave criteria. So through the weekend, warming up, hotting up though next week. Take care.
TUI sponsors ITV London weekend weather.
Finally, it is International Cat Day because, yes, they get a day too, but it does provide the perfect excuse to go along to Battersea Cats Home to see their remarkable work rehoming strays across the capital. This year alone, the charity has helped more than 1,000 cats to hot paw their way to forever homes. Here's Siam Ali.
Battersea Animal Home is usually known for their dogs, but today it's the cats stealing the spotlight. 100 feline residents were ready to receive love as they celebrated International Cat Day. From strokes to extra treats, it's all purrs and pampering. They've come from all walks of life, some with a tough past, like 4-week-old Grubbin, who was found in a plastic bag before he was brought here. He is now being cared for by the team until he's ready to be rehomed. They say unneutered cats are a growing problem and lead to kittens like Grubbin being abandoned.
You would have like a kitten season, we used to call it. A couple of months of the year you would see a real range of, a real increase of kittens during that time. However, that kind of happens all year round now. We see kittens come through our doors from January all the way through to December. So making sure to neuter your cats is really, really important to keep the population numbers under control as well. A female can have kittens from sort of 6 months all the way up to sort of 6-7 years, sometimes slightly older as well. So if she's unneutered, she could have 2 or 3 litters a year, which could be 15 cats extra every year.
Furry paws have been coming through these doors for 140 years, including 8-year-old Lady Van Gogh. Following a severe ear infection, the team here made the decision to remove it to give her the best chance in life. Day by day, she's coming out of her shell for a little play. International Cat Day or not, the stars on this wall of fame shine every day. Siam Ali, ITV News.
OK, apparently I didn't sound convinced about International Cat Day. I am convinced, don't set them on me. That is it. The evening news is next with Lucrezia. From all of us in London, thank you for watching. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.